Hey guys, we're back.
This way. You there, Ellie.
I counted 4 zombies on their way during that cutscene. Right after the kiss.
We can handle it.
That's why I never kissed a girl before I was 25, because zombies always came.
Or you figured they were?
No,
Or-
zombies always came.
Oh.
Right before I would have a kiss.
Find something to prop it up with. I'll hold it.
But it made it worth it. Ah, Ellie. Always moving things about.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
No. Pull it, dumbass. Pull it shut, dummy. Dumb.
Okay. I can't.
Through here.
Don't call me dummy.
Sorry, Frank.
25! I'm enjoying rewriting my past on the show to make myself more pathetic. Wow, just running into him fucked me. How do you... I thought I'd get to stab him. Alright, here I go. I'm concentrating again.
Ellie, you with me? Yeah, I'm on the right line. Keep running.
Look.
I did. No! Yes.
Is that where we got bit?
Wow. She says.
Up the stairs. The scaffold.
It would have been cool if she said, "Holy shit, Ellie." Like how she always used to say, "Holy shit, Joel."
Infected. Oh, they're behind us too. This way.
Actually, that moment, because of that moment, it kind of makes Ellie saying, "Holy shit, Joel," not make sense.
Follow me.
Yeah,
Considering-
she's already like,
Been a stone cold killer.
yeah.
Ellie. I'm good. Just keep going. There's an open window. Come on. We're almost out.
You dodos. Why are you guys so dumb?
We're doing okay, I think. We're making
No,
our
just
escape.
the fact that we're in this situation in the first place.
You gotta have fun.
Shit!
Oh, that's a big drop. That's like an arm breaking drop. That didn't need a double tap. You should have conserved, Riley. No! Fucking knife! Motherfucker. Oh, wow! Wow! That was nice.
Ellie,
I think it's clear.
stop rooting on me, old man. Oh
Ellie.
no.
Ellie, your arm. No. No. Don't worry. I've done this before. I'm kind of an expert. Ish. Just stay calm. Stay calm.
Well, let's make our last day Smash-tastic one. Might as well.
There's some more stuff over there you can break.
What are we gonna do?
The way I see it, we got 2 options. Option 1, We take the easy way out. It's quick and painless. I'm not a fan of option 1. 2, we fight.
What, just
For
go
what? We're gonna turn into one of those things.
down shooting as many as they can or something?
There are a million ways we should have died before today. And a million ways we can die before tomorrow. But we fight for every second we get to spend with each other. Whether it's 2 minutes or 2 days.
Wigwam, Joel, is
We don't give that
adorable. Is that what it is, a wigwam? Or when you
I
bundle
don't
up a
give that
baby
up.
like that, native girl? You don't.
My vote,
I don't know.
let's just wait it out.
I'm
You
trying.
know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together.
But then you're an extra zombie for everybody to kill.
What's
Yeah.
option 3?
Go down singing.
Sorry. Come on. Let's get out of here.
I'm pretty sure wigwam is a type of,
Hut?
yeah.
Shit. Oh wow, is that it? So you don't see anything
I
else?
want all of it. I want everything.
That's
more.
actually-
I want so much.
An interesting way to end it. Not showing how it played out, I guess.
Yeah.
Let you fill in the blank.
Aww.
Man, see, Naughty Dog does great stories.
Yeah. Yeah, technically we do know what happens.
Technically, they find their way back to Marlene, I guess.
Or at least,
Well, no, you really don't know how it
Ellie
plays
does.
out. What happens? They are gonna spend the day letting themselves go crazy or like turning into zombies, and then Ellie's just gonna slowly realize she's not.
yeah, I guess. I guess.
So it could end in a much
Ellie
worse
might
way.
have to end up shooting Riley.
realizing that she's turning and that she's not.
Yeah.
It's so the characters are so compelling and believable. The dialogue is just so well crafted.
Yes.
As somebody who nitpicks every little piece of dialogue in any fiction, I can rarely ever find a reason to say that's not a believable thing for that person to say in this series.
Yeah.
It's just the writers are amazing.
Even like all of those puns,
There's-
the back and
yeah.
forth between them is so organic.
They're real people. They feel like real people. They feel like real characters, people that you know. They don't feel glamorized.
Yeah.
They're interesting and believable at the same time, which is hard to achieve in fiction. And now they're making this into a film, which worries me. Because it's, you know, you see lots of media transcends its lots of fiction transcends its media. Comic books become fiction. Sometimes they do a great job at it. But comic books are basically, the reason comic books work so well is because they're basically a glorified storyboard, which is how all film begins anyways. So like, comic books just make sense, that transition. Video games rarely make that jump.
It's been getting better though, right?
Name one.
A video game that is a movie that's been
That
good.
became a movie that was good.
There's one recently. Wasn't there?
I don't remember that. I forget who's gonna take this up.
Mortal Kombat, clearly.
I forget what studio's taking this on. If it's Naughty Dog's own studio or did they sell the rights? Does anybody have any details on that?
Maybe Maybe there weren't any.
There hasn't been any. Somebody says Silent Hill was the closest to a decent game movie. But they just made a
Wreck-It
horror
Ralph
movie.
doesn't work. It doesn't count.
That does not count.
Maybe I was thinking of Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney, yeah, but that's
But-
not, again, I think that I'm going to disqualify anything that's not a Western film.
Yeah. That was so good.
It really was. Guys, can you help me? Which studio, if any? I can't remember which studio got the Naughty Dog movie. Which studio, what publisher? Or has Naughty Dog created their own in-house? From what I heard, some of the people who worked on the game also are working on the movie. Sony Pictures, obviously. That only makes sense, I guess. And so does anybody know the production company then? Sony Pictures would be the publisher and the producer. One thing is for certain, I hope that... I was gonna say I hope we don't see anything more in this series. In Last of Us, I feel like that's nice.
I won't talk about what actually happened, but I loved the end of Last of Us.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like, I think it should.
Druckmann is the director? Who's Druckmann? Seth Rogen as Joel. Becky looked upset there for a moment.
It just doesn't make sense.
Neil Druckmann, who, help me out? Names rarely work to remind me.
He is the person producing the movie?
I'll bring up my own Google. Chat Google's slow. So anyways, yeah, that's the last of The Last of Us. Whether we'll see another, anything more from the universe. Neil Druckmann is the creator of the game. Thank you. That's all you have to do, guys. Don't assume I'll just be like, Druckmann!
Especially never assume. Do it for me. Fraser knows a lot of names. I do not.
Even when you know them, sometimes you need a memory jog.
Always.
So Neil Druckmann, creator of... Or like, he was the creative director and now he's the director on the film.
Screen Gems is the studio. Screen Gems is the studio.
Let's see what Screen Gems has done.
Yeah, do it for Becky.
An American film production company, a subsidiary of Sony Pictures. They have produced a lot of films. Let's see what they've done recently. In the 2010s, they did Carrie. They did...
I want to see that.
They did Resident Evil Retribution. What did people think of that? They did Underworld Awakening, Straw Dogs. They did Burlesque. They did Resident Evil Afterlife, Legion.
Sam Raimi makes a lot of horror films. He's associated with it.
Sam Raimo is associated.
R-A-I.
Yeah. I'm going to read more up on this later, but as long as if Druckmann, I'm surprised I actually didn't know his name until now. I've heard it, but I didn't remember him being associated with this, or being the mastermind behind Last of Us.
Those movies were meh.
If he is involved, that could bode well, especially since he's obviously, a visionary. Like, if he brings his vision and if Sony respects it, I think that's the other thing that bodes well for it, right? Is that it was with Sony and that it's still with Sony. So it's not like it being passed off from 2K Games and being given to Paramount Pictures. It's Sony Games going to Sony Pictures, and hopefully the corporate culture is respectable enough to respect his vision.
Yeah.
In the transition to a film. I would say that we're about to go into an era of video game movies that could potentially change video game movies forever. We're on the cusp of the next generation of video game movie. Last of Us movie, Assassin's Creed movies coming. Ubisoft is about to, like, they've started their own studio to make all their own games into movies. There's a rumor a live action version of the game turns out to be true. We're just talking about that, and it is true. What are you talking about? Death by Blunderbuss? What do you mean?
Live action.
Yeah, there's going to be a live action. That's what we're talking about for the last 20 minutes. An MGS movie coming. Ellen Page as Ellie. Too old now. She can't play 14-year-olds for her entire career.
Can't she?
I would
think she could still pass. Well, no, I guess not.
They wouldn't even be able to use the girl that mocapped this if they wanted to, because she's like in her 20s, isn't she?
Oh, it's essentially the game as a live-action movie?
Can't do that. It has to be abridged. It would have to be a trilogy to do that. Unless it's going to be abridged. And I assumed it would be the game as a live-action movie. But.
By the way, the Resident Evil movies got like 31% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I know that.
Does that...
Everybody's hated those.
Oh, you asked what
That's
people
worrisome.
thought of them.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
What they thought of them, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I know that the general public hated them, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that concern you?
They've always been a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does concern me. The existence of all video game movies concerns me about how they go forward.
Yeah.
It hasn't been been good. Shadow of the Colossus movie apparently coming. That could be really good if it's done right. Of course it could be really good if it's done right. Anything could be really good if it's done right.
Yeah.
But I think it could work as a film.
Huh.
So anyways, but as far as a new game after this, is the universe compelling enough to continue?
I think it's the characters that really drive it. If they have good characters.
So if they have another group of characters from a different angle, just completely unrelated to their story.
I'm like zombied out though. And I wouldn't want them to just.
That's easy to happen in this world. I mean, BioShock is technically a zombie movie or a zombie game too. Because
yeah, it's
the fucking tweakers or whatever they are, splicers are very much close to zombies as well, except that they don't assimilate you, but they.
I feel like I'd want it to be something. Yeah, like another story in this world spread over multiple games.
I could see something from another angle.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so good though.
It really was.
And the comic was good. I love
Telltale to do a Last of Us game? That's interesting. Who knows? Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Telltale's doing a Borderlands game, so who knows?
Play it from Joel's brother's angle. That
Yeah,
could be
I
neat.
mean, and like I said, it doesn't even have to be related to these characters in any way. It could be a completely different part of the, like, just on the other side of the country, or like, hell, how about this as a scenario? A story that takes place as you are a government operative. You are the vice president. There you go. Bam. Basically anything. You could be anybody. You could write a story around anybody as this takes place.
Yeah.
I think that's why zombie fiction is such a compelling zombie apocalypse fiction is such a compelling thing, because it's the ultimate what if. How would everybody react? How would it all go down if it happened? And looking at it from all the different angles is fun.
Yeah. Bill was pretty cool. Playing as Bill would be fun. Playing as Bill?
Playing as Bill. I don't think it would be fun. I don't think being Bill is fun. He's such a angry, curmudgeonly. It would just. I would never want Bill at a party.
I love angry curmudgeons.
All right. Let's leave it at that.
I was
See you
calling
later.
him angry curmudgeon.